Alrighty. Let's see who I am talking to today. Who am I talking to and what do they need to know? Labradorite and blue lotus flower. It says psychic gifts. Keywords are wise sage, awareness, and call to action. And then we have stromalite and fern. It says akasha. Strip back and simplify. Look at your origins. And this other one that popped out, lilac spirit quartz. Community. Healing division. Teamwork. Freedom. Okay. It looks like I'm speaking to somebody who is very in touch with their own psychic gifts. I see that there are these 5 flowers in the background, but they look like cups. Reminds me of the 5 of Cups, which represents regret, sorrow, loss. But they're in the background. Who you are is that blue labradorite growing out of that blue lotus flower. You are a healer. And if you don't already know this, then it's time that you know this. I'm being called to tell you that you are a healer. The sorrow that you have experienced is slowly fading away into the past. The sorrow that you have experienced has made it so that now that you've gotten through it, you can pour into these other 5 cups all around you, people who are experiencing pain and are in the midst of their own loss. You are somebody who is designed to help them. The color blue is really important. That's your throat chakra. It's not just how you express yourself, that's something you know how to do well by now. It's about how you help people. Your words are medicinal, like an elixir. The color purple stands out. That represents your third eye. To me, the third eye is purple. The crown is white, gold, silver, holographic. So you know what to tell people. You know, you feel a call to action. You have a strong awareness of the pain around you. It might feel like a curse to be able to feel people in their pain. But you are a lotus flower. You know, the lotus flower represents regeneration and the unconscious. Because you know the lotus flower, as the sun rises, so does the flower to the surface of the water of the pond where it sits. representing the active mind, the conscious mind. But as the sun lowers, so does the lotus flower. It goes down to the depths of the water, the unconscious. And it has no problem under there, under the pressure. It's home all the same. It engages in this cycle every single day. You have a way of bringing what's in the unconscious, not just your mind, but of the world, the things that are hidden. You have a way of bringing them to the surface. People around you, they need your help. The angrier they seem, the more triggered they come off, it's because they need your help. Things are coming to the surface for them, then they're not able to recognize it. It just feels like old wounds. It's actually their shadows rising up to be seen by the light so that they can release it. You're somebody who will help them release it by teaching them what's happening, what they're experiencing, because you've been there. There's that pyramid in the background you can vaguely see. That ancient wisdom that we associate with ancient Egypt, the way they knew math, astronomy, astrology, medicine, all this shit that they knew somehow, that we don't know today, only because all of that knowledge, all of those books have been burned. Whatever's left of it is in the hands of our controllers, our leaders. It's a great threat to them to have people like you who know at least some of that knowledge, because it allows you to rise above, ascend, break free from the matrix, and as you do that, the people around you follow suit in their own way. Because we don't need control. We don't need such a system as this. It needs us to survive and thrive. You know this. You're here to free the people in the way that you help heal them, in the way that you healed your own self. This is air energy, the mind, the power of the mind. Stromalite and fern. That's earth and water, feminine energy. This card has very intense priestess or priest energy. The fern is associated with that. What is a high priest or a high priestess? Again, somebody who has a profound knowledge of both light and dark, as I've said before on my other videos. What's going on in the 3D, they have the answer to that. What are some of those timeless universal questions and mysteries? They have an answer to that too. They are teachers. They conduct rituals, help people cross over like funerary rituals, help people come into union like marriage ceremonial rituals. It's also like midwife energy, help bring life into this world that's being born. You have like a high priest or high priestess energy. Otherwise, it's like a hierophant energy. There's a bit of magician energy here too. You are being called to go deeper and deeper into yourself. If you are experiencing triggers and it's sending you through like a spiral, it's because you need to shed light on those things, bring them to the surface so that they can be released. You are not separate from the people around you. So the more that you heal yourself, the more that you heal the people around you by default. That combination of air and earth elements refers to like magician energy. It's manifestation energy, because air is the mind and earth is the physical dimension. So to have a thought that becomes real in this world, it's magical manifestation. It's a gift that you have. But there is also that water that represents the unconscious, which you are very connected with. And that air. And now water and air, those two elements combined, they represent like time travel. They represent telepathy. But time travel, you know, that's not science. There's a reason science can't figure out how to time travel. It's because it's not a scientific code. It's of the mind and the heart. We time travel through our memories. That's just a glimpse. But if you can sit there and meditate on a memory and relive the scene in a way where you can see it, hear it, smell it, that's time travel. It's a power that you have. Magical manifestation, telepathy, and teleportation, as in time travel. These are things that you're being called to understand about yourself. These gifts are real. And then this one that popped out a little bit later, the lilac spirit quartz. Remember? Community, healing, division, teamwork, and freedom. Yeah. Again with the purple. You're being called to step up and lead. No pressure, because the way that you lead doesn't have to be so active. You don't have to gather up people or find people and bring a community together unless you feel so called. But to be an authority figure of your own life, and to dive deep into those scary places when they call to you, to take all of that pain and the unhealed wounds and morph them into something that is all of a sudden just a flicker of light that escapes you, because you don't need it anymore and it doesn't control you. This is what you're being called to do. As I said, when you do that for yourself, by default, it changes the nature of your entire reality. It allows the people in your reality to feel that, to be uplifted by that, even unconsciously. And I think that's an effect that you have on people. They are not directly aware of it. But you probe something in their unconscious mind that starts to unravel a little bit with each moment as they move forward. It feels really kind of scary for them because it's like a revolution of their soul. But until they realize that's what's happening, it feels like an earthquake for them. But it's a gift. who I'm reading for has already woken up. They see all of the shoddy programming of this dense, like 2-bit reality. They don't subscribe to it anymore. What they attract, therefore, is something above all of that. Something in between worlds. It calls to you and it finds a way to create a dialogue with you because you have ears to hear it, you have eyes to see it, and you have the language to communicate with it. This is also peaceful. But this process takes a lot of, it comes from a process of stress. So your phase just before the one you're in now was probably very tumultuous and terrifying. But right now, you've hit a certain level higher than you've ever been before. And it's like an endless field of posies. In a way, there is peace where you are. And if it doesn't feel that way, then that's where you're going. That's what I'm being called to tell you. You are made of nothing but peace and wisdom. You are a remedy to the human condition. Who are you? Who are you? Page of Pentacles. You are a messenger for humans. 10 of Cups. You are a dream come true for the human race. You are a messenger of divine grace. You are a student. You're constantly learning because that makes sense with this Akasha card. Look to your origins. At the same time, you are a wise sage with awareness. You have mastered such a certain level of knowing, but it comes with all the more lessons, all the more questions that you're not scared of diving into, finding the answer to. And with everything that you find, everything that you learn, you send a message in a bottle to each and every human around you. And that message is 10 of Cups. Dream things true. Isn't that what Shakespeare wrote? Let go of everything, and remember your dreams and meditate on them. They're for a reason. No, it's not childish. It's what creates your reality. You're here to send that message. 2 of Pentacles on the bottom. Yeah, you live in the world between worlds. You're like a conduit. You have one hand in the other realm receiving knowledge, and the other hand in this realm spreading it to the people. Queen of Swords. Yeah. A very strong mind. And a great source of strength for the people around you. Like a psychologist of sorts. A healer of any and every variety. And you are an old, old soul. And you know, one of the main characteristics of an old soul, they say, is that they come off very childlike. Because we have a Page of Pentacles who's so young. And then we have a Queen of Swords representing the same person. That's an old, wise sage, as the cards already told me. I don't know if you can hear the children playing outside, having the time of their lives, as they should be. You're here to set people free. But yeah, remember, there are people around you that are experiencing triggers. Don't let it trigger you. Try to help them understand that it's their own unhealed wounds that deserve to be heard. They're being triggered for a reason. It's not a punishment. It's just time for it to come to the surface. Try not to be triggered. And if you are, then you already know what to do. It means that there is an unhealed part of you, a little shadow that's trying to come out. Because that process is never really over as long as we're in human form. We're still going to have shadows. That's the nature of our dimension. There's light and shadow. We can't just be only light as long as we're in the human form. We have triggers that it is our job to respond to and sit with and get to know. You already know this. You do this well. But there is a call to action. You're being asked to embrace that leader, healer, walking elixir that you are. Alrighty. I think that'll do. Thank you.